What's up guys, it's Freeman here, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be sitting inside because it's so hot outside that it's impossible to actually sit in and do car vlogs. It will also mean that I'm going to be doing more, I prefer this, I'll be frank, I prefer this. And I've got some new stuff, some things that are just bloody obvious and hilarious for me anyway. Whenever I look at that, I just laugh. By the way, if you're a creator, don't get gloss because it reflects off the light so you can't see it. I am, however, I've got a new camera. Boom. This is an Sony A6400, cost me about 800 quid, plus the accessories. The whole thing turned out to be $1,000, so I don't even need to worry about a lot of this lighting. A lot of this is going to be going away because I can actually record in low light situations. And I've also tried to decorate things like with this cheap crap frickin'... I thought this was magnetic. That thing is supposed to levitate, right? But you have to put like a little thing inside of it. You have to like slot it in like that, but then you have to pull it out and it just falls down. Now, I don't know if they send me something to make it work properly, but I don't know, so I'll probably be replacing it with my EMF neutralizing pyramid. Still, doing vlogs outside in the sun isn't really my thing unless I have a space to be myself. So if I go to a park, for example, the thing is all the parks are packed up with people, so it's kind of difficult. On that note, by the way, I think I've reached the point whereby I may be looking for a new gym, and it's not even for the reason that you think of it. The reason is because gym thoughts and simps are at an all-time high. And I witnessed something last week that disrupted me so much, I actually had to leave. And stay tuned for that later on. So today I'm going to be just shedding some light on what I've been going through, because I find that YouTube for me is a really, really good like therapy session, and it basically allows me to get out some ideas that I've been struggling with and trying to maintain and stuff like that. The first one is about burnout. Now, as many of you know, sometimes it takes me a while to produce content. Sometimes it takes me a while. I go in these huge like bursts of content where I like make stuff out for ages.
Oh, I know quite a lot about you, Bruce. Just about everything there is to know. Everything you've ever said or done or thought about doing, right there in that file cabinet.
Wow, a whole drawer just for me.
And then afterwards, what I will do is I'll just disappear. And what I realized recently is that I've been caught in this cycle of basically feeling super motivated and then getting super demotivated. And so I did some work on it. And I found out that, funnily enough, when I go and do my main job, I don't want to do YouTube anymore. And it kind of struck me as weird because I come from a very workaholic, work-centric, family and this, that, and the other. And so there's no real... Everything is just work. But it's not what is work. What is efficient work? What is work that you enjoy? It's just work, 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 work. So what I realized is that the phenomena of burnout that I was experiencing is basically because I was going to a place that I didn't want to be in around people. Well, not all of them. A lot of them are nice people. Like one or two of them just... I wanted to put a little Karen gif here, but what I realized when I put in Karen into the dictionary is that not only is there a slang, but there's an actual people called the Karen people, who are an ethno-linguistic group of pseudo-Tibetan peoples. This is very disappointing because I actually wanted there to be like a tribe of Karens. Just like recently discovered off the coast of California. But that environment makes it so that when I come home, I have no energy to do anything else. I feel like I've run a marathon. And I've only worked for like sometimes 4, 5, 6 hours. And I come home and I'm like, the only thing I want to do is drink. I don't even want to turn on the camera. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and zombie out at something. And it frustrated me for many, many years. Why is it that I look at all these people like Tony Robbins, like... Why is Tony Robbins anyone that I know? All those other motivational speakers who are out there, and they're like, oh yeah, gonna put in the hours, 80-hour work weeks, this, that, and the other. And I'm thinking, I can barely do freaking 40. You know what I mean? Like I do 40, 30, 20, and I'm exhausted. Why is this? And what really hit me is that there are certain types of people and certain types of environments that are very draining for one's soul. And I unfortunately had the pleasure of working in one for the last 6 years that was draining my soul so much that if I didn't get a job there, or better yet, if I were just able to work on YouTube full time from the start, which I was not able to, then this channel would be totally different. This channel would be totally different. You'd be seeing, I'd be successful by now. And there are many other reasons and factors for that. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all the fault of my work and all the other circumstances. A lot of that was me, because I know that if I pushed super hard, I could, even though I feel tired, get out a video later on. The thing is that if I keep pushing myself and getting myself into that mindset, I will hate it. Like, I will absolutely resent what I'm doing. And that happened on many occasions during my burnout phase, whereby I would basically, even though I felt like crap, I push out a video. And then by the end of it, I'm like, I'm done. I hate YouTube. I hate everyone. And I would just think, okay, that's it. Like, it's all over. Now, the secret to all this, and something that I discovered recently, I heard it on a quote from, I think it was Rule Zero, Rollo Tomasi. They were talking about burnout and what it's like to be a YouTuber. And it was actually, they were talking about books. And they said that when they were working for other people, and especially if it was a very clear hierarchy, like, you can work for other people and still be your own person, and still make your own decisions, and still do all that. But certain jobs don't offer that, like retail in particular. I often say that retail is where dreams come to die, and I stand by that statement, because if you wanted to be a singer, a painter, a YouTuber, this, or something different, something creative, something pursuing your own dream, you get a job in retail, you're fucked. Unless you have a will of iron, it is an uphill battle. And they said something that was super profound. They said that burnout only happens when you're working for other people. When you start working for yourself, then you put in the 80-hour work weeks, 80, 90, sometimes for the whole friggin' week, you don't stop. And what I found is that last week I was that. Now, the last two videos that I made, the AMS was wrong about NoFap, and the other one before that, I literally, for like last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I was sitting here and I was just doing that. I didn't stop. I worked like 12 hours that day. And the thing is, it didn't even feel like work. I wanted to do it. I was clued in. I was grinding. I was doing all the things that everyone says that you should do. Now, the only difference is that I haven't been at my main job for 2 weeks. And so it was very, very simple for me to basically just like put in the hours and be like, oh, okay, I really want to do this. I would literally wake up with plans in my head of how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And I'd go to bed thinking of how am I going to finagle this thing in Photoshop? How am I going to do this? And it wasn't difficult. All that fighting myself, all that trying to push something out had gone. And what I found was that when you are in an environment, something very peculiar about the human psyche, we don't like idiots. And when you have to work for an idiot, it's almost like a boundary is being broken. That's what I feel. I feel that when you have to work for someone else who's an idiot, it's almost like a boundary is being broken, and it kind of upsets your psyche a bit, because you're doing something, you're basically forcing yourself to do something that you know is wrong and that you know could be done better, but you can't do anything about it. And once in a while, I get it, fair enough. But when this happens every single day, which literally it is in my main job, it's exhausting. I couldn't take it. And so what I've done, because there's no point sitting here and talking about, how things are going to be different, you actually have to do something. Excuse me. What I've done is I've taken a big risk. I have taken a huge risk. I have cut down my hours at my main job to the point where I'm working 1 day a week. And I'm going to maintain that until the end of the year. And I have enough savings to be able to pay for everything else, to be able to pay the rent, to be able to pay the other stuff. And I have enough savings to be able to pay for everything, bills, food, clothing, whatever the hell, till the end of the year. And I'm making a sacrifice to see whether or not I can actually make something from this. Because I tell you, the last week, since I had to go back and since I had some family stuff, I've been off, and that burnout hit me like a truck. I was like, I don't have any motivation. And then the lesson came back to me again. You either do this or you don't. And this is a very good point I find when it comes to a lot of people starting businesses, is that this is why I wish we had better mentors as well, is that they say a lot of these fucking work hard seminars really don't say shit. They really don't tell you anything about the mechanics at all. They just say, you gotta grind, you gotta do this, or various forms of work hard, basically. And this is why so many people watch these seminars, because it's easy to digest. You don't really have to do anything. But it misses the point. And what I'm talking about isn't so much knowledge as it is wisdom. Because wisdom is experienced knowledge and integrated knowledge. But the thing is that no one even mentioned this. No one even mentioned the effects of your willpower on working for people who you don't like. Anyway, I am rambling. Free man out. Peace.